wanted to explore a 4,000-foot enchanted trail with fairy tale caverns and goblin underpasses, climb on top of Lover's Leap and see 7 states? If so, you're in luck, because today we're at Shamrock City's 10th annual Irish Festival, and we're gonna do just that. As you enter Shamrock City, you are greeted by the enchanting sounds of the harp. There's no better place to enjoy St. Paddy's Day than on top of Lookout Mountain. The family-friendly environment allows you to explore the beauty of nature here on top of the mountain. Wow, the paths here are just so beautiful. There's so much to see here, but sometimes it can be a little bit of a tight squeeze. The tightest of squeezes is Needle's Eye, which may not be for the claustrophobic adventurer, but may be worth facing one's fears. Speaking of facing fears, I had to do so myself in order to get a good look at the amazing view of 7 different states from one location. At this point, I'm journeying across the Swing-Along Bridge. Now, it started off pretty stable, but at this point it's starting to get a little bit rocky, and I'm wondering if it's not too late to turn back. But hopefully the view of the Chattanooga Valley will make it all a little bit worth it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Along the trail, you'll find various art exhibits such as this one, known as the Villa Aviana, which translates to House of Birds, from a local artist named Jack Denton. Along the paths, you'll find various other forms of art that make the beautiful journey through the mountain even more unique and special for visitors to enjoy. From the many hand-carved gnomes to the famously eerie stone witch, there's no shortage of sights to see here. Step inside fairy tale books that glow in the dark and awaken the imagination of all who get to experience such fascinating artistic takes on these classic tales. What's St. Paddy's Day without a rainbow and a pot of gold? Kids adore treasure hunting at Shamrock City, and there's no telling what you'll find. To gain some insight on the festival, we got to know Daryl Lovins, the treasurer for the Chattanooga Pipes and Drums. Lovins has been playing the bagpipe for 20 years, and many can agree when he says that there's a lot to love about this musical instrument.
The sound, the music, the people, and the reaction of the crowds. Plus, it's just a phenomenal instrument. It will raise the spirits of folks and get their blood boiling, or it can make you sad and want to cry. So it's great sound. With uncles named Boyd, Floyd, and Lloyd, you probably don't get much more Celtic than that. So yeah, it's a Celtic background in our family. My last name, Lovan, Lovins, 1066 Norman invasion, so it kind of inherited into the Scottish, Irish neck of the woods. And surnames of Prendergast and Throckmorton, so they're fine Celtic names. Rock City is a wonderful place. If you just walk around and tour the caverns and look at the gnomes and the fairies and the it's just phenomenal. The fact that we get to do this every year for 2 weekends is even more phenomenal. They've got a shameless plug in advertising. They've got great corned beef and cabbage, and they've got great stew. But really, it's the people. I enjoy the music. I enjoy coming out and meeting the folks, the mimes, the leprechauns, the dancers, the musicians. We all have a mutual respect for each other, and we just love what's going on up here at this time of year.
I had the pleasure of catching up with Shamrock City's quietest but most expressive attendee, and he even taught me a thing or two. Are you happy to be here at Shamrock City for the festival? Awesome. So how long have you been miming? Can you teach me a little bit? Oh, awesome. So and are you putting me in a box? Because I might be a little bit claustrophobic. So can we make a window here? Oh, there we go. Thank you. What else do you like to do here at the festival? Dance, yeah. Now you're talking my language. Eat, the food's very good, okay. Have you tried any of the green wine? You didn't hear? Yeah. Oh, nice. For me? Thank you. I thought you were gonna share. Thank you. Cheers. Very good. Delicious. Very good, thank you. I'll put that back. Thank you. I guess this is my job now, so. After learning a few miming skills and having a glass of air wine with my new friend, I decided I wanted to try the real thing. So I headed on over to the Georgia Winery tasting booth to get to know John Bradbury, the man with the famous green wine.
But Shamrock City is a fun festival. It brings people out, a lot of spring break travelers, and a lot of the local folks look forward to coming every year to the Irish theme. It is something I look forward to every year. It is the kickoff of my season up here. We usually set out the cold weather months, so this is our grand opening, I guess you could say.
The process they go through of making their wine is how they get their unique sweet flavor.
We do use a different process in a lot of wineries, especially for our sweet wines. We use a slower, cooler fermentation process that preserves a wonderful fresh-picked flavor to a lot of our sweet wines. Now, we do offer tours if you'd like to, more in-depth. Come some Saturday and take the tour with us, and get a good in-depth view of how our wines are made and how they're different.
I was lucky enough to get to sample some crowd favorites, and that made it clear to me why these refreshing, sweet flavors are so loved by many.
It is a very sweet, very smooth finishing wine with an incredible amount of fresh muscadine flavor. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay. Very good, very sweet. I've never had green wine before, so this is a first for me, but definitely.
A lot of very fresh picked muscadine flavor there.
Yeah, it exceeds my expectations.
Wonderful. That's what we try to aim for in all aspects here.
Awesome, thank you.
Feel free to stop by and see us anytime here or at the winery.
Okay, I'll take
Thanks
a
a
tour.
lot.
Thank
Certainly.
You. Pleasure
Thank
meeting
you.
Next, we'll experience the tranquility of Ruby Falls, Mother Nature's 1,200-foot deep waterfall, and a gift from an eager excavator, Leo Lambert, to his loving wife, Ruby. We spoke with Brent Wade, a tour guide who has been at Ruby Falls for 23 years.
Right now, we're back at Ruby Falls, the largest underground waterfall in the country. It's 145 feet tall, more than 1,100 feet underground. We're as deep under the earth as the Empire State Building is tall. We came down an elevator 260 feet. We walked almost a half a mile back here to get to this waterfall. Mr. Lambert, when he first came in here, he was so impressed with it, he brought his wife in here 2 trips later, and when she looked at it for the first time, he said, "You're now looking at Ruby Falls." He named it after her.
Ruby Falls has been taking visitors' breath away since 1930, and it's a top destination for Lookout Mountain tourists.
We're now in the Hall of Dreams. This is the halfway point to Ruby Falls going in. The formation you see all the way up in front of me here, this is the Leaning Tower. It is believed to be the oldest formation in the cave. The reason we know that it's also the largest formation in the cave. They only grow 1 cubic inch every 100 years. So this has been here for a long, long time.
Wade falls in love with Ruby Falls over and over again, and he shared with us why that is.
Well, you can imagine I've done this almost over 9,000 tours, and people ask me, they say, "Don't you get tired of this?" There's something about the waterfall I'm impressed every time I see it. And also, I'm impressed with the reaction I get from people. I've seen every kind of emotion you can imagine. I see it new through people's eyes all the time. And I still enjoy it after 9,000 times.
As far as the formation of the rock and the changes of the waterfall, things happen very slowly down here at Ruby Falls.
You can imagine the formations themselves don't change much. We'll change the lighting show some over the time. We're in the middle of a big expansion project. We're doing a lot of things on the outside, but the cave pretty much is the way it's been. That's one of the things I think that is the draw. Whether you were here 50 years ago or 2 years ago, this is still Ruby Falls, and a lot of things change, but this thing remains pretty much unchanged.
president of Ruby Falls, Hugh Marrow, gave us some insight on the rich history of this astonishing gift from nature.
This particular piece of property that we're sitting on sat over a cave that Leo Lambert used to play in and get into through the riverbed down below. And the railroad blocked that off, and so he decided to buy a piece of property and drill down into that cave back in 1929. So he created, as he was going down to that cave, found a void in the rocks, crawled back for 17 hours, and discovered a waterfall in the center of Lookout Mountain to my left. Ruby Falls is a unique event, and it spans generations. And the neat part about it is we'll have grandparents and great-grandparents and aunts and uncles that will bring back younger folks. And the cave itself is pretty much so the same as when they were here. And they're able to explain that to the younger generations of their families, and it becomes a generational throwback kind of program. And it's iconic. The other thing that we have done is we've made the lighting, we've made the things that we bring to our customer relevant to today. This past 2 years ago, we added 2,200 feet of fiber optic cord that runs from the beginning of the cave to the end of the cave with 4 Wi-Fi hotspots. So if you want to Instagram, if you want to Facebook, if you want to Snapchat, an instant picture being 1,100 feet underground, you can now do that. So it's relevant to today, yet it brings back very old feelings of a natural attraction.
Wonder for the eyes to see at Ruby Falls, it's no surprise that people share the experience with their families for generations.
A lot of people enjoy caves, and every cave has their own unique feature. Some caves have the largest rooms, some have the largest stalagmites, the largest stalactites. What makes people want to see this? This is the largest underground waterfall in the country. I have a lot of people that really love to go to see waterfalls, but they've never seen one in a cave like this. That's really the draw to Ruby Falls.
The neat part about it is it's a natural attraction. You can't be moved, it can't be relocated, it's always going to be here. And I always tell my friends from Chattanooga, if you want to take a 260-foot elevator ride, walk over 2,000 feet inside Lookout Mountain, be 1,100 feet underground and view a 145-foot waterfall, this is the only place in the world you can do that.
Wow, we just had such a magical time here on Lookout Mountain. It's not just this event here at Rock City that makes this place so special, but it's the many events that are here year-round. Thank you for tuning in to Georgia Detours. I'm Alana Lark, tuning out. No one does St. Patty's Day like Savannah, Georgia, so we had to take you down south in order to truly celebrate this festive holiday. We met up with correspondent Remy Simone to party it up at the parade. But first, let's start at church, because it's easy to forget that St. Patrick's Day isn't just about the parties. It is a cultural and religious celebration of St. Patrick, the foremost patron saint of Ireland.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
So we went to the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist for the kickoff of the parade.
We preach your glory to the peoples of Ireland.
The Cathedral of St. John the Baptist was consecrated in the year 1920 in the city of Savannah, Georgia. The cathedral is also the starting point of Savannah's annual St. Patrick's Day Parade, the second largest St. Patrick's Day Parade in the nation.
We're here at Oglethorpe Square before the parade, and we'll be starting in about 30 minutes. There's lots of people here, as you can see, and the parade's going to be coming through here and through this way. What school are y'all from?
Georgia College!
Awesome.
Savannah's first St. Patty's Day parade was started all the way back in 1824 by the local Hibernian Society. The event resulted in many Irishmen parading through the streets, decked out in their green garbs.
Awful quiet today.
I've been in the parade from my grade school days. I used to march in it with St. James and Benedictine Military School. The parade is, I believe, 180 years old plus. So, I mean, it's the best parade.
Today, the parade draws hundreds of thousands of people every year to celebrate Irish American culture. Attendees enjoy live music, seeing intricate floats, wonderful costumes, and just plain having a good time. And you can't have a good parade without food. I'm talking lots and lots and lots of food.
Come and see us, Team Co Food Service. We got everything you want. Get your chicken pita, your lamb gyro, and I know you real one don't want a turkey leg down there.
From down here in Savannah, all the way up to Lookout Mountain, St. Patty's Day is another special part of Georgia's culture. We'll see you next week here on Georgia Detours.